Hey y'all, I'm Emily and welcome back to Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. I have some extra onion sets, so I need to go ahead and plant them in my in-ground bed. Alright y'all, so I have some extra onion sets that I picked up from Holland Bob Farms. I believe they are the Ebenezer White, and so I'm just going to get to planting. When you plant onions, make sure you plant them root side down, tip side up, about 4 to 6 inches apart. Alright, moving on down the row. Unfortunately, I see the Bermuda grass growing back. And a whole bunch of winter weeds still in here. We'll have to get those from the other side. Feels so good out here today. You know, some of these onion sets are already starting to sprout inside the bag, so I definitely need to get them planted. All right, moving on down. I might have to plant 2 rows. There's a tiny carrot right here, y'all. All right, let's keep on going. Looks like I still have plenty of onion sets left, so I'm going to start another row and just go in between, just about 4 inches behind the first row. You know, I think onions and potatoes are the easiest thing to plant because you pretty much just push it into the soil and forget about it. Just keep them watered. Just make sure you don't plant them too deep or you won't really get a good bulb. All right, just a few more. Like, check that out, y'all. It's already starting to grow. Now, I will say, make sure you feed your onions because they are heavy feeders. Ooh, that wind. Give them lots of nitrogen and just a slow release fertilizer, and that should be good. I like to use some bone meal and blood meal throughout this growing season. All right, that's all my onions. Now I want to plant the tomato that I picked up from the Master Gardeners Association plant sale the other day. All right, y'all. So I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the hubby is pressure washing. I'm sorry if y'all can. Hopefully the sound is not too obnoxious. But I'm going to plant this tomato plant that I picked up from the sale. And this variety is called Mater Sandwich, and it was planted started February 3rd of 2026. And y'all, it is so healthy. So I like using the trick of an egg in my hole for each tomato. Now, eggs aren't as expensive, but they are still kind of pricey. But luckily, I get all my eggs from a friend who has a farm. So I just have a few that are not so ripe anymore or not so fresh. So I'm just going to put this in the bottom of my hole. Yeah, a little toy I found buried about a foot deep. That's funny. Oh, that's a big old worm. I think that's a good sign of healthy soil here. All right, so I'm just going to put my egg right in the hole and then just slightly crack it. And then those roots will break into that egg and get what they need from it. All right, so in goes my very first tomato plant of 2026, and this is Mater Sandwich. I'm going to have to move the plant slightly forward because I'm going to put up a new trellis system. All right, that should be good. Now let me move. Bless you. Let me move that egg. All right, now just backfill. Let's get that worm back in. All right, all snug in its new home. And Mater Sandwich Tomato has been planted for 2026. All right, y'all, so that's going to be it for me today. I got more onions planted and my my one tomato plant that I picked up from the plant sale. And it's good old tomato or Mater Sandwich tomato variety. Can't wait to see it grow. Maybe it'll do even better than my giant Belgiums. Who knows? So excited. Well, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Emily from Bama Base, where I find peace in my garden, enjoying my kitchen. Bye, y'all.